You're watching Oilers Nation Everyday with Tyler Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
This summer, I'm becoming a fishing guy. Let's get into it with the lead. Welcome into Oilers Nation Every Day. Not only are we live from the Sports Closet studio, but we are live from Sherwood Power Sports and Marine for a little Monday edition of the program. I'm going to talk more about that fishing stuff in a second, and I might be looking for some advice as well. But first, I want to let you guys know a fun little thing we're doing with our friends at Sports Closet. There are 3 locations in the Edmonton area: St. Albert Mall, Kingsway Mall, and Sherwood Park Mall. It's somewhere right around here.
Sherwood Park Mall?
Sherwood Park Mall?
Yeah, not too far.
Not too far, just to skip away. We're doing a fun little bit of promotion this week only. So you only have until August 3rd, which is Sunday. If you go in-store or online and use the promo code Oilers Nation, all capitals, all one word, Oilers Nation, you're going to get yourself 15% off any regularly priced item.
All right.
Want to load up on some fresh Blue Jays gear? Want to go get yourself, it's the off season, but you can still gear up with a little orange and blue, a fresh hat maybe, an NFL jersey with camp opening up. Any regularly priced item is 15% off. You can go in store and simply say, I want to use the code Oilers Nation. They'll give you 15% off. Go online, type in Oilers Nation, 15% off. So hit up our friends at the Sports Closet, support local. Shout out to everyone down at Sports Closet. Maybe I'll even go there because I don't know if you heard, Liam. Booked myself a trip to Toronto for September. So I do need a City Connect jersey.
What are those?
The dark blue ones. It's
With
like
the red?
Yeah, they're alternates.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah,
very
it's
nice.
that one right there.
Oh, I could get
Front
that.
page of the website.
Can you custom on this website?
So you can go and get a blank jersey from them. That's what I did to get my Eric Sabrowski jersey.
Oh, I was going to get Emmanuel Clase jersey.
Oh. Oh.
No?
You could get yourself a Guardians hat, but I got the jersey and then they sent it away to get stitched.
Okay.
They offer that.
I was at Kingsway the other day and I saw their store is under a bit of construction there. So temporary location in Kingsway Mall currently.
We are also a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Ryan is in. Congrats on the marriage, Tyler. It's next Saturday.
Run, Tyler.
This is my last week of shows, and then I'm gone.
You're gone right away. Do you leave immediately?
Immediately. I am.
How are you feeling about that?
Wednesday's actually my last show.
Oh, you have Friday off?
I have Friday because I got to get ready for the wedding.
Probably good call.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
Amber's not thrilled that I'm working Thursday, and I was like, Amber, I kind of want to do the show Friday, but
yeah.
anyways, yeah, I get married. I get married in 5 days, which is crazy.
You have a lot left to do.
I don't know. People keep asking me that. I'm like, I don't know.
I feel like it's more set up at this point than like having to do anything extra.
Like location, check.
Yeah, check. Yeah, that's good.
Booze purchased, sitting in my parents' garage.
I was there when you were ordering. You kept asking me what you should get.
Yeah. No, I had a whole spreadsheet built out. So booze purchased.
Bye, Adam.
See, Adam. Our friend Adam Gerard is here.
Yeah.
Unsure if he's aware we're currently live on the air, but that's good stuff, Adam. What's his role with the Crusaders now?
Director of Player Development.
Director of Player Development.
Personnel, sorry.
There
Took
you
over
go.
my job.
Really?
Yeah. Farewell.
Anyways, everyone's buzzing here because I love doing a nice live on location show. I feel like it really puts us in our element. And one of the reasons we're here is because we're kicking off a new thing with Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. We were having a meeting with them not that long ago, and Raul, who runs the shop, he was like, "What if we challenged you guys to a fishing derby?" And I sat there and I looked at Jay, and Jay immediately went, "I'm in." Tyler's in too, and I was like, "Well, I've never fished before. I've been on a boat.
Yeah.
I've done I've thrown a reel, but like I've never actually like fished. You know what I mean?"
I fished one time.
Okay, and was it difficult?
I didn't catch anything. It's when I lived in England with my dad. I was just a boy, and it rained on us the whole day. It's a core memory for me.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't catch anything, and I must have been like 8, and I remember he had this big like kind of jacket, and we just sat on this dock with our rod in the pond, and just waited, and nothing happened. So you should have an awesome time.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is like everything that's the Power Sports and Marine team is loaded with fishermen. Like we had our guy Nate from the shop helping us, and like I don't know if you can see on that TV, it's just a slideshow behind us of massive fish he's caught, which is a great flex to just have that rotating through while you work. But I don't know what to do. I don't have any of the gear, although I'm sure they will help me accomplish that. But I guess my question would be like, how screwed are we? I mean, Jay has fished before. I think Jay's a somewhat decent fisherman. But yeah.
I saw he was fishing the other day, actually.
Oh, yeah, he was. He took Crawford fishing.
Yeah.
So Jay will help. So that's good. We need a third member of the team. Waz is chomping at the bit to be on the team. He wants to be involved so bad. But I told him you're a camera guy, Waz. No, I haven't told him that yet. I probably will have to break that news to him at some point.
You do need to find a real fisherman from the office.
Yeah, I think we need one more like real experience. I think Chalmers might be the answer to that question. Yeah. But getting Chalmers to commit to something is like,
he'll say he'll come and then just forget.
Yeah, or he'll text him and be like, hey, we're leaving at 7 a.m. and it'll be like 6:55 and I'll be like the kid waiting for his dad to come pick him up to go fishing. I'll be sitting on the curb and Chalmers will never show up.
Dad never comes.
Warren Fogel says, I'm currently fishing in Victoria right now. It's so cool to fish. Yeah, like I'll be totally honest. I'm excited about it, and like we talked to Nate and he was using all these words and like talking about how we're going to be catching fish, and like the idea that I will actually catch one does get the juices flowing a little bit. I'm just, and I'm sure people who watch the show are well aware of this, I'm a guy who needs to be moving. I need action. Yeah. That's why I like golfing is like my relaxing thing to do, because like you're moving around a little bit. Constantly going. I don't know. We are going to Wabaman. And someone said walleyes. I don't know. I think Nate said something along those lines that we're doing walleyes.
Pike, I believe. Okay. Pike and walleye, not Ryan.
Yeah.
Pike.
Yeah, it's not surprising that I haven't gone fishing, but I'm excited to do that. And Sherwood Power Sports and Marine is going to hook us up. They sell fishing licenses here. Yeah. So if you're someone who's looking to get into it as well, you can get your license here. They do all sorts of bait and stuff. They got the tackle boxes. There's some reels right there. They had the price range, which I guess makes sense because like the price range on a hockey stick goes from $80 to $400. They go from $80 to like $600 just for like the little reel thing.
The reels, yeah.
Crazy.
Better quality, I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully it helps you catch more fish when you do it as well.
That's what I was asking him. I was like, do I need to spend a lot of money?
Let's go the old-fashioned way. Grab a stick, a little bit of bamboo, put it around the end, find some worms in the grass,
and just
dig it in.
It really is wild.
I'll just do, have you seen those catfish videos? Where you like hold a piece of bait in your hand and you put your hand in the water.
And the catfish goes on.
Yeah, and you grab it by its like from its insides and pull it out of the water.
Guts.
Yeah, find that, Aaron, if you can.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm okay on that front. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna I gotta wear gloves. I don't want to be touching a fish. That's gross. I'm not gonna do good here. This is not gonna be
wear gloves.
No, I think you have to wear gloves. Someone said, are you guys bringing beers? I don't think you're allowed to drink beers while you're on a boat.
No, not if you
if you're fishing. I think you can.
If you're driving, you definitely can.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah, I don't know. Not really a boat guy.
Yeah, neither am I. Oily Accountant said some good golf. I did play a lot of golf this weekend. That was very fun. All right, we got a couple of things that we need to get to. First off, let's do a little weekend recap for our friends over at Greta, your go-to, well, not just weekend spot. They're great on the weekdays as well. The patio, the food is very good. It is I would say if you were looking, I did this rant last week, I'm not sure if you're here, top tier first date spot in the city. I know I'm getting married in 5 days, but if I had to go back to like taking and going on first dates, going to Greta, I mean, hey, maybe even if you are married, spice it up a little bit. Take your girl out, get some drinks, play some games, eat some good food.
Good competition. You
like the Big Mac poutine? Level.
It is very good. Also, the chicken wings. I know they did that thing the other week of 100 in 100 minutes, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
An impossible challenge for any man, even the guy from Man vs. Food. I forget his name, but their wings are delicious if you're looking for a quick bite in your downtown.
Yeah, shout out to our friends at Greta, our go-to party spot downtown. Weekend recap. Let's check the headlines on Daily Faceoff, see if there's been any news around the league. Nope.
Well, Jaden Struble
signed a 2-year deal. Dylan Sandberg and the Jets are apparently $3.5 million apart in arbitration. Nicholas Backstrom is going to continue playing hockey in Sweden.
Yeah. I did see that over the weekend. That's the team he started with, I believe.
Wow. So is he actually going to like...
He hasn't played for like 2 years.
He hasn't played for 2 years because his back is so bad.
Ironically.
Which is like... kind of weird that if he's good enough to play, he wouldn't be back in the NHL. But I guess staying home, probably less. You probably play way less games there, right? So like that might be part of it. He doesn't need to be necessarily at his best. So that's at least a little bit surprising.
About 55 games it looks like they play.
Yeah.
Ish.
In true weekend recap form, what did you get up to?
It's my fiance's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to her. And we went to the farm yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Checked on our veggies.
Oh, how are the crops doing?
Crops are dry. Needed a bit more rain out there, but they'll be fine. We've got some what are they called? Kohlrabi. You ever had a kohlrabi?
No.
It's like a turnip almost. A lot of beets out there, some good potatoes. Made some poutine with our potatoes yesterday.
Really? So you actually like made yourself French fries?
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
she did. I didn't.
You
I
supervised.
watched. And I learned.
And indulge.
Yeah. Obviously, it was off Thursday, Friday. I will be making Friday show appearances now for the remainder of the summer.
Well, no, because next week we're going to just Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, yeah. So no more Friday shows for me. I went to Kananaskis Nordic Spa.
Oh.
Yeah. For her birthday. So that was fantastic.
I thought, but you were also there for a wedding?
No, I had no wedding this weekend.
Oh, this was just that
Just
trip.
her birthday, yeah.
I see.
So we did that. Met a couple of listeners in the pools, which was funny.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't ask anyone's name, which was should have probably done that.
I'm so bad. I'm so awkward in public.
I know. I
never know what to say to people.
It just feels weird.
Yeah.
Like I really don't mind if people say hello. I actually really appreciate
love it.
it. Yeah.
Usually makes my day.
Yeah, but it's just like.
But I'm never like, I never know when people come up and are like, "Hey, Tyler, love the show." I'm like, "Okay, do you want a conversation? I'll sit and talk to you."
Yeah. What do you want?
Awkward,
but so that was really fun. Have you ever been to the Nordic Spa?
No.
So basically, there's all these pools. There was 6 pools, I think. One's like 40 degrees, one's 36, and then another one is a polar plunge, and it was like 5 to 10 degrees.
Ooh,
but you're
spooky.
supposed to do things in a certain order, so there's like a bunch of saunas and stuff.
Okay.
But it's a cell phone free zone.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you're disconnected from everything. There's a great little restaurant on there. I had these like pork soft buns.
Okay.
My God.
Like a bao bun or whatever?
I have no idea.
All right.
Best thing I've ever had in my life.
I think they're called bao.
Oh, really?
Like the steamed buns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were amazing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, we did that. But the first time we did it, there's like an order you're kind of supposed to go and do the thing, and they lay it out for you on this little map.
Okay.
But the first time we did it, we just like jumped in a couple of pools and then jumped in the cold plunge. Like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do because hydrotherapy.
Yeah.
And I literally like couldn't talk. It was so cold when you got in there,
Right.
and like, you know, we're all men here for the most part.
Yeah.
When you get in the water and it's cold, and you in Mountain Lake, for example, once it touches the fellas, that's when you really feel things.
Shrinkage, as George Costanza would say.
So that's but when we did it the other times, it was good. But yeah, it was awesome. If you're ever looking for it, we went on the Thursday because it's like $70 cheaper each. It's like $150 each to do it on a Thursday. I mean, it's like $225 or something like that on the weekend. So it was cool. There was also a famous TikToker there, which very few people would know, and I barely recognized her. It was one of those ones who's like, I have 12 kids. And it was the lady.
Was she there with all 12 kids?
No, thank goodness. But it was like the redhead girl, and they like adopt a bunch of kids. I'll show you later.
All right, sure. Yeah. I probably
But it was fun. What did you do?
I golfed on Friday, which was great. Got a little after it, which was awesome. I love a good, like a Friday round where you're just nothing to do the next day. You can just crush a bunch of beers. So that was good. Golfed again on Saturday.
Nice.
Played really good. I was even par through 11, and then I kind of shit the bed on the last few holes. So that was awesome. Got a lot of wedding stuff done. Basically, any free time I have right now is like going through the list. I didn't realize getting married how many songs you need to pick.
For the marriage.
Like, I need a song for when I enter the church. Then for when the bridal parties enter the church, they need a song. Amber needs a song.
Yeah.
Walking out of the church, you need a song. Walking into the reception later, you need a song. You need a song for your first dance. You need a song for the dance that she'll do like with her dad. You pick like 7 different. Oh, did I say for when the bridal party enters the reception too?
You
Like,
did say that
I did
one.
say
Yeah.
7 songs you got to pick.
And then you need a full evening.
Yeah, but the DJ handles all that. Shout out DJ Johnny Infamous.
Of course.
Yes. But it's so many songs to pick. And there's a bunch that you kind of like have in your head where you're like, oh, this will sound good. And then you listen to it and you're like, no, it's.
Yeah. It's the first dance ones are always tough.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we don't really dance to slow
We're
songs.
walking out of the church to Bieber.
Baby?
Beauty and a Beat.
Really?
No. Although when I asked ChatGPT,
One Less Lonely Girl?
that's actually a show. That'd be a good one. No, it's one of his new songs, actually. Amber picked it out, obviously.
Oh, well, thank God he dropped some new hits.
He did.
Is it Daisies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She said it's going to be a really popular one for people to use,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
think it will be. But we're walking out to Bieber. I think she's walking down the aisle to. Actually, I shouldn't spoil it. But yeah, we're definitely walking out to Bieber. She laughed at one point for when we're coming into the hall, like our grand entrance into the reception. She was like, "Fuck! If the Oilers would have won the cup, Pink Pony Club would have had that place rocking."
Yeah, but they didn't.
They didn't. They lost. Wild to think. Perception of time. They lost Game 6 like just over a month ago.
Yeah,
feels like they lost Game 6
years
3
ago.
years ago.
Yeah. The summer's come rather slowly, which I am very happy about. I saw we're doing the countdown now.
I know.
I know we have to do that,
Yeah.
but I always hate to see it. We're now Nick Bukestad days away from the home opener. You know how many days that is?
70.
No, a little bit more.
What do you wear? 82?
72.
72.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, it's crazy that we're 72 days away from the home opener, which means we're what, 50 days away from camp opening?
Jeez.
Oh my God, we're like 60 days away from the preseason. Anyways,
Joe, summer can't end fast enough. On what planet are you living on?
Why are we wishing away summer? We have like
it feels
three.
like it's barely started. The weather's not even good yet.
Although I do think we're supposed to be getting like a
I think
hot
this
streak at some
week,
point.
yeah. Let me take a quick look here. We need a green screen for
Let's
the weather.
get to the weather with Liam.
Weather report coming from me. Highs of 20 today. Tomorrow, sunshine, 24, low of 10. 26 Wednesday, sunshine. 28 Thursday and Friday with sunshine.
Yeah, how's Saturday looking?
Showers, scattered showers on Saturday.
Damn it.
24 degrees. So. Damn. When I was in the wedding the other weekend in Jasper, we were very much on weather radar report. Luckily, we avoided it.
Ian says, how many days till the Oilers get a new goalie?
Oh, fuck. You're telling me, Ian.
I'm not talking about goaltending again. Brandon said, you guys should get Nugent.
I would love to.
That'd be awesome. He would be, if I had to rank, like, if we were to have the ability to get an hour-long sit-down with any Oiler, and, like, we could do, like, a real, like, give us some stories of the decade of darkness, like, I would love to just do a real interview with Nuge.
Yeah.
In terms of like the list of questions I'd have, like if we had McDavid on, which again, the Oilers will never let any of this happen ever.
Mm-hmm.
But like
barely
if they
got Asher Barnett on Friday.
he probably got a wrist slapping for doing that interview. Sorry, Asher, it's on us. Hand up. But like the list of questions for McDavid would be like, what's it like being Connor McDavid?
Mm-hmm.
Is it cool being good? Do you like Edmonton?
He's a driveway.
Nuge, the list would just go on. I would be like, man, what was your reaction to this? What's like asking him about his perspective of Connor McDavid coming in I think would be really, really cool.
Yeah, the list would be Nuge.
Yeah. It's a good one. Gene Principe.
There'd be a lot to wonder. Like, because what was it? We did this on his Jeopardy the other day when you had a controversial answer.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you haven't watched the Jeopardy episode we did together, you need to go watch it.
22 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yeah, Aaron,
check it out.
You can, Aaron, put the link in the chat here, or we should.
If you can play the clip,
we should direct people to it as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say he scored his hat trick very early into his NHL
11, 12 days or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, amazing career by Nuge. Be curious. He was such an interesting prospect too. Like he played in Red Deer.
Yeah,
like he's very much just like grown up in Alberta.
Yeah,
and he's from Burnaby, I think.
When you consider him starting his WHL career at 16, he has not left Alberta since 15 years now. That would be like that's crazy. McDowell's Jeopardy gate. You got to watch the episode. We're not rehashing that on the air,
unless Aaron can find the clip. And we'll rehash.
Some of the questions were good.
They were great. It was a great game.
Kenworth Kelly says the Jeopardy show was wicked.
Thank you, Kenworth Kelly.
Thank you, Kenworth Kelly. All right. That was our weekend recap. Shout out to our friends at Greta. There was something that went viral this weekend, and it was basically a tweet. And Aaron, did you grab the little like screen grab? It was everyone was going around saying like share a hockey opinion that would have everybody like this. And it was all the knives pointed at the guy. This guy.
Do you know what movie he's from?
Frozen.
So close.
It's not Frozen?
Tangled. He's the guy from the Rapunzel story.
Okay.
I don't know his name. I've never seen the movie.
Okay. So what NHL opinion will have you like this? We'll share ours in a little bit. But there was a bunch of, there were some really, really good ones going around. And then there were some that people definitely missed the boat on what it's supposed to be. Like I saw our boy, Frank, said allowing the teams to ice the puck after committing an infraction makes no sense. I have had that take for, I remember it was one of the first like somewhat viral clips I had when I started working at the Nation was me saying that, because it really does make no sense how you commit an infraction and the sport is like immediately here. It's like such a Canadian plate way to be like, yes, you tripped him. That's 2 minutes in the box. You can ice the puck though.
Yeah.
Like we'll forget about that one rule. That's a rule all the other time. It'd be like in the NFL if, the defense went offside and then players were allowed to like commit offensive pass interference, or the reverse of that. If the offensive team went offside, it's like, defense, you can just grab them, just play however you want. Like, yeah, it's weird that you commit an infraction and then get like a little treat, a little bonus to make your life a little easier.
Yeah, I don't love it because if it was the opposite, you'd probably get a lot more goals as well.
You would get a lot more
goals. So
it would increase scoring without like fundamentally changing the game. Mm-hmm. It would also probably make for like you wanting to have some more finesse players available on your PK, because you can't just have guys who hammer it around the glass. You would need guys who can chip it high and out of the zone.
I also think from like a younger age level, it would develop better puck skills for guys.
Totally. Because I think USA Hockey's done this at the youth level.
A lot of tournaments you go to in the US for like just say US hockey development camps, for example, they will have stuff like that where they'll put in certain rules where like you can't change if the other team has the puck, or like icing the puck, stuff like that. It's a good way to just kind of keep people thinking about the game rather than just like, hey, now I just have to hit this as hard as I can down the ice.
Yeah. Sean said the guys on the PK would be absolutely exhausted, but I do like it. Joe says PK percentage would tank. Absolutely. It would, but again, it would be in the name of getting scoring up, which granted, I don't actually think scoring's in a bad spot right now in the NHL. Like save percentage is down, goals per game, I think, is generally up. So, and
also too, like, I think people are exaggerating how much the puck actually gets iced. Like a lot of times, like guys have enough time to ice the puck, but also too, they would have just as much time to just like chip it up.
Yeah, I would love to like see how many scenarios where like the puck going down the ice is the result of a shot that missed the net, a block shot that ricochets out, or a scenario, that's a good point by you, where like, yes, a guy did ice it, but did he have time to like take 5 steps up and then just chip it softly?
Like it happens a lot, and I think the refs would become, how do you say it, more lenient to it too. Like you said, if a guy blocks the puck and it goes all the way down the ice, or whatever it may be.
Aaron, if you want to flash up the little image again, because I do want the YouTube chat, and I see a couple of you dropping them in. I want your kind of like hot takes. It can be Oilers related. It can be NHL related. I got a couple that are just like generally fandom related as well. So Liam and I are going to share ours in a bit, but I do think there were a few people that answered this thing who like totally missed the boat on what it's supposed to be.
Which isn't surprising.
No, not surprising at all. But some of the quote tweets were like, okay, this one from Ross Leviton. If a penalty continues through intermission, the opening faceoff should be in the offensive zone for the team on the power play. I mean, how often does that happen? Like once every 8 games, there's a power play that continues in the next period. Like that one was whatever. I saw one that was like, players should have to wear neck guards. I'm like, who? That's not going to have the knives out at your throat. Being like, no, I think players should wear. Ironically, I think players should wear neck guards. Like, all right. I saw one being like, if you have more than one favorite team, like whatever. Yes and no. You can have other teams you enjoy watching.
I always hate that stuff when people are like, oh, you wear another man's name on your back of your jersey.
I hate that one.
Just let people go to the damn game.
Yeah, and like
who cares?
Also, if your team sucks, if your team stinks, let's say right now you're a San Jose Sharks fan, and you know you're not going to be good for the next few years, and this year during the playoffs, you were like, man, I think the Montreal Canadiens were a lot of fun to watch. Yeah. And next year you want to watch Montreal Canadiens games and be like, I kind of want them to win. Just watch them. Yeah. Just watch them. Aaron said, not knife worthy, but I do not understand the point of the goalie trapezoid thing. Yeah, I think that's another one where like, if the NHL changed that tomorrow, who argues it?
Yeah. No,
I don't even think goalie people would argue it.
No, I think it's a bit of a silly, especially to be penalized for it. Like, I don't know. I think it's just dumb. Like, I feel like they could be less harsh on it, being like, "Oh, the goalie touched the puck," because Skinner did it, didn't he? In the playoffs, that one game was an offensive zone draw, no change. Just something like that,
or just get rid of it. If a goalie wants to go out, it's at his own risk.
Yeah.
Craig said teams should be able to pick the dimensions of their home ice between NHL or international size and build their rosters accordingly. That is something like it is wild to think about in baseball. Every park is just different.
In soccer, especially in England, I know this for sure. Your field has to be a certain area.
So you can do a shorter but like fatter.
Yeah, so it can be like wider and shorter, or
there you go,
longer and short and narrower. Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah, it would. Like, can you imagine the Oilers? They draft McDavid and they're like, "Oh shit, we're playing on international ice next year," and the Oilers just have more space. It would be cool to create like more of a true home ice advantage, but I do think it'll obviously never happen. Yeah,
because in baseball, is there like obviously everyone's different. Like you
There's
said,
regulations.
Is there? Yeah, like what is it? Because I think the green monster is one thing. Is like, oh, but it's also like not that far. Like a lot of guys should be able to hit it over.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
Also I think if a team were to build a stadium tomorrow, like if whatever. Pick a team was or an expansion team in baseball was like, we're putting a green monster in baseball. I'd probably be like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Fenway is kind of allowed to do that because it's 100 years old.
Right. They just, it's historic. The beautiful game.
Yeah. I saw an interesting hypothetical with that about the NBA too, whereas like NBA teams should be able to pick where their 3-point line is.
Oh, interesting.
Because if you had a team of sharpshooters, would you want it closer or do you pull it further back? Because, your guys can make it, but the other team won't be able to.
Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Because but like also, how much could you really change it, right? Like once you bring it back 3 feet, like eventually you just...
It would always be the same in the corners.
Yeah. That's fair.
I don't know. I like that one, though. It's fun to like think of what experiments you can make on the games. Is this a good one?
I like Julian McKenzie from The Athletic.
Yeah.
Every interaction I have with him on the road stuff, it is great. He is honestly one of the like top tier nice guys in the business.
I hate some of this stuff too.
He had 2, and I was like, man, I need to roast him for it. Unfortunately, I think I didn't like the tweet. I'm gonna like it though. Here you go. Yep. There you go. He said every team that misses the playoffs should play for the number 1 overall pick in a bracket style tournament. That makes Julian, again, prefacing this with the fact that I love Julian. This is a horrendous take. Horrendous. And here's why. Players don't give a fuck.
No, they don't care.
If you were any player in the league and you just played 82 games and you came in last place, or you missed the playoffs by 2 points and the league was like, all right, Nazem Kadri, you need to go play in a 16-team tournament for the first overall pick and risk injury and not get any extra money, I would be like, I'm not doing that.
And also, too, like...
Who would watch that? Who would want to watch that?
You would get so many more players being like, oh, I'm injured.
Exactly.
Totally. I can't play. I got a broken nail.
Guys would not want to play. Also, I hate... Like people are like, oh, tanking, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I don't think it is that bad. I think teams. You need bad teams.
People are always like, the team who's closest to missing the playoffs should get first overall pick. No, because then teams would be stuck being terrible forever. Yeah. They'd be chasing their tail in free agency, trying to just get like a little bit better. Tanking is not that bad. I don't think hockey has a problem like baseball. Yeah. Baseball has, and we'll talk about it in a bit, baseball has like a fundamental issue where owners can make a couple $1 million a year and not sign players and basically just live off the payments they get from baseball. Like there's a business case for teams to just continually be bad, and there are some generally shitty and terrible owners in the sport of baseball. Hockey doesn't really have that, partially because of the cap system. There's a salary floor and a salary ceiling. But like, I don't think there's an owner in hockey who would sit there, kick their feet up and be like, let's just keep coming in last for a little bit because we're going to be making money. Like, I don't think hockey has that same problem. I actually think the NHL should make their draft lottery less complicated. Again, like you want to talk about tanking, whatever. I don't think people made a big deal out of the Oilers because they got all those first overall picks in a row, but like they were legitimately terrible. Also, a big reason why the Oilers kept getting those first overall picks is because the first overall picks weren't like good. Like Nuge didn't come in, and Nuge wasn't immediately like a point per game player. Taylor Hall was obviously really, really good. If he would have been the fourth first overall pick, not the first one, maybe that would have played out differently if the Oilers were further along.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, Yakupov sucked. Yakupov was also like consensus number one. What were you going to do? Not take him? So I don't know, man. I feel like, again, the league overreacted to the Oilers winning all of those and made a system that's just wildly complicated. I really do think you could do the NFL style where there is no lottery, or have a lottery where it's like, yeah.
I think that would encourage tanking, though.
I mean,
the NFL, it's like a little bit different because shorter schedule.
Season,
and by the time you do get to the end of the season, like, typically the team that is last doesn't have a quarterback, and they're already on their fourth one that season anyway. So it's like kind of works out okay.
That's
but
fair.
I just think in the NHL, like, it's not broken.
Yeah,
like I think it's fine.
That's fair. I just think, like, again, it's a complicated lottery.
Yeah,
I think you could simplify the lottery.
I agree with
and
that,
just be like, it's a draw for first overall. Everyone else like moves down a spot, whatever. But it's probably not an issue.
With the knives on my neck.
Okay.
What if they just eliminated drafting? Like, I think that would be very interesting. Here's two of them. Eliminate the draft, and I think it would. And I think all organizations are relatively good, but it would always force you to keep a high standard within your organization. Like, teams wouldn't lag behind because they didn't upgrade their dressing room for a few years, something like that. I know it's pretty minor. Or the other one I would like to change actually is fewer rounds in the draft. I think you could easily go 4 rounds and be fine.
Yeah,
and then just go beyond that, because fifth.
I want to see the draft age moved. I know they can't.
I don't like that.
I would love to be more like the NFL, though, where, like, can you imagine drafting Connor Bedard at 20 after he played 2 years of college, and he comes in and he's like more prepared to dominate and be a superstar? And like, that would also add more intrigue to the draft, where, like, imagine a 20-year-old goalie in the draft where you're like, oh, this guy's going to be starting, like a Dustin Wolf. Yeah. He's starting for us next year. Like, I think it would create a lot more of a drafting for need over best player available, which I think would be fascinating.
Yeah, that would be interesting. The problem I would have in it is you would have to play junior later. Like, you couldn't have kids playing junior at 16. Like, you would have to implement somewhat of like a...
I think all the good players are just in college, in my scenario.
But then you need more college teams.
Yeah, probably.
I think it would just get a bit too complicated.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think eliminating directly... I remember once a scout told me in the NHL, anything beyond the 5th round, you're just throwing...
Just guessing.
Darts at the board.
So why not have them just be undrafted free agents?
Yeah, just sign
and
them.
In 2 years, if they're good, teams will sign them.
Like, you look, like a lot of the guys drafted are European or college players. Obviously, a few CHL players squeak through, but like, what were the Oilers picks? They picked 2 guys who were going to the NCAA and then a goalie from Finland. It's like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. Oh.
Thank you for...
well, I was done my take.
I know. The sneeze came at a really bad time. It came at a really, really bad time. All right, let's get to some of the ones.
Actually, Wise Kyle finally had a good take in the chat. Players should declare for the draft.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Like that. Yeah, well done,
I
Kyle.
think
you did it.
You got one, Kyle. I should let everybody know, by the way, that this segment is brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Ford the Giant. It is just down the road. You can like almost actually... Well, I can see the dealership from here if I look through the window. Beautiful. Just down the road, right in the heart of Sherwood Park. Check them out online, sherwoodford.ca, to get in on or check out a large selection of new and used vehicles. Remember, Nation Valet Service allows you to never visit the dealership again for your routine car maintenance. I have a few.
Yeah, I got a few.
I mean, like, we have some people here are like actual Oilers takes all the time. So, like, you and I are definitely in the minority on Yaremchuk. You and I are definitely in the minority on Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, definitely on the Yaremchuk for sure. I still don't get it.
There's one I had, and it's a result of you and I getting to travel and go to a lot of different stadiums. The beer prices at Rogers Place aren't that bad.
No. Especially, like, where have we been together? LA, Vegas.
LA, Vegas, Dallas.
Vancouver was fine.
Vancouver was still more expensive than Edmonton.
Yeah, and their arena blows.
Their arena does blow. But like, I do get pissed off and I roll my eyes when you show up for the Cup Finals and you're like, oh, they put beers up another $1, and first game of the playoffs they put them up $1, and first game next year they're probably going to be up another $1. But the point is, the draft beers are still under $20 Canadian. You cannot go anywhere in the States and really find a draft beer, I think, for under 20 US.
I remember when they brought it out and the argument was it's market price, and everyone was like, what? I can go to this place and get it for $6.
Yeah.
The market is the NHL.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. It like, oh, it's actually very reasonable. Their food is, I think they have pretty good food options too.
Yeah.
Like, you go to a lot of places, especially Florida. Like, they didn't really have a lot going on there either. It's very expensive.
Rogers Place is like
the best.
It's the best arena in the NHL.
Yeah.
It's new. I think it's starting to have more character with the Oilers Wall of Fame. I do think they could add a little bit more, but like, they added the Welcome to Oil Country. Like,
they're building.
They're adding a bit more character to it, which I love. And like, the prices, all things considered, are not that bad. You can get a sliced pizza for what, $10? Yeah. And also, you want to talk about everywhere else. I went to a restaurant 2 Sundays ago, and the regular price for a 20-ounce pint of beer was $11. Their house lager was $11. And it wasn't like I was at Ruth Chris or like some bougie ass, like I wasn't at Bar Trove, shout out Lauren Kyle. I was just at like the place down the street from my house, and their draft beer was $11. So like, again, you go to an event, you know you're going to pay more. I love ripping OEG whenever I get a good chance to do it. This isn't one of those. The beer prices are actually fine at Rogers Place, and people will yell at you about that. But I will also say, there are still a lot of real drunk idiots at those games. If you made beers $12, oh my God, it would be a mess. I do actually think it's somewhat decent as a preventative measure.
Yeah, it's clever in that way, for sure. Because especially too, like, if you're just going to beer gardens before the game in Fort Hall,
they're $6.
Like $6.
Yeah, so you can go have 2 before the game, get in, have a couple during, and then just go after.
You'll
like,
be fine.
You're going to have a good buzz.
You go back to the house if you
go back to the Molson House after. Yeah.
We did get a super chat, which we haven't had for a
while.
We've
not. Shout out to the Ben Stelter Foundation.
The Ben Stelter Foundation, yeah. I do believe we're going to be releasing a number on that.
We are. I think
Arnold's just on vacation. He's enjoying his time away.
He is.
So he'll let us know after. But the Press Canadian said, reduce the number of teams to 28. There's too much parity of talent in the league.
I will say,
I kind of agree.
I agree.
20 is excessive, but like it was better when it was. It
was better when it was 30, and the fact they're going to 34 is insane.
Brutal.
There's not enough star power.
No, there's not.
That's my big issue with it. Is like, I don't know. I think I agree. It's creating a little bit too much parity. I do think we could get to a point where there's a very big have and have not group. There are have and have not groups in the NHL, and not from a perspective of like financials. I think from a perspective of being ran well. Yeah. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of teams who struggle to build their teams the right way once we get to 34, because we know 34 is coming at some point here. 34 is coming. It's going to create an even bigger gap where there will be plenty of scrubs and quad A players to go around. The teams who are the best at finding them and are building their team in a certain way, there's going to be a method that allows you to separate. So I agree that right now the parity is annoying. I think as we go on in this system, there could be a bit more of a gap.
Do you think there's not to spin this too far out of the way, because I want to talk about this a bit more, but I wonder if that's a way the Oilers could move on from a Nurse contract as an expansion draft.
Yeah, you eventually get to 34, and they need to get to the cap floor. By that point, Nurse would maybe have 2-3 years left. It's down the line.
Yeah,
it's
for
a long ways away.
I never considered that. I completely agree with the Press Canadian. I think the league is just in a spot where they're trying to grow it so much, but focusing on it in the wrong areas. I've spoken about my thoughts on that expansion outside of the NHL, and the NHL should help that, especially in college hockey. There's no college hockey teams on the West Coast in California. That needs to change. Like, it needs to grow in Texas a little bit more, I would say, too, from college hockey level. Western League obviously is trying to grow a little bit more too, but I think the junior hockey is fine. But like, you look at the NHL draft this past year, and there was guys at the bottom of the first round who were like, well, fourth liner.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not good. And that kind of leads me into my opinion on the knife thing again. The Seattle Kraken, maybe the most irrelevant team in NHL history. Like, I just can't stand
I don't even think Knives would be out for you. I think that's actually one of the rare things everyone agrees on.
I just think they were like brought into the league at such like a poor time because everyone saw how Vegas just manipulated the draft in their way. And credit to them, they didn't do anything wrong. They just played the system and they did a really good job of it. And I just think that Seattle is just trying to dig up and they just have no help doing it because also the NHL has done a bad job of marketing them at the same time. So the Seattle Kraken, maybe it's a weaker one, but I just think they're just going to be stuck in limbo forever. Potentially the worst. And I know there's probably teams that have worse records, but like the worst expansion team ever.
No, those Columbus Columbus teams were pitiful.
I just think they're just so boring.
It took Columbus like 15 years to win a playoff game.
But I mean in the sense of like, I don't care. And they're in the Oilers division, and I just think everything around them is like, oh, they're very boring.
I forget they're not in the Central
but at least,
all the time.
Columbus had Rick Nash, and there's like a little bit to get around. It's like,
I guess.
Oh, great. Seattle signed Chandler Stevenson. And everyone's like, oh, state tax is so good for all these teams. Like, oh, no, it's not.
Seattle stinks.
Seattle stinks.
Depressed Canadian dropped in another $20, so we'll read his second one. Not sure how popular, unpopular this take is, but Kevin Lowe is a very good pre-cap GM. The Pronger trade to Anaheim just melted his brain in the cap era. So I went back through some of his early moves. When he made that trade, this would have been November of 2000. He sent Bill Guerin to Boston for Anson Carter, and he got a second-round pick, and he got the option to swap their first-round picks in either of the next two drafts, and then he did do the pick swap, and it allowed the Oilers to move up 6 spots to get Ales Hemsky. Unbelievable trade. He had a couple of other here that really stood out to me when I just quickly browsed through. Again, this is well before our time. I mean, the Pronger deal to get Chris Pronger was an unbelievable trade. To have him extended to, like, all of it. Getting Chris Pronger, crazy impressive. The Mike Pekka trade from Mike York and a conditional pick, which ended up being a first rounder, but like Pekka came in, immediate impact guy for this team. He actually did. I agree with it 100%. He made a lot of really good trades, even like getting out of Mike Comrie. He almost turned him into Corey Perry, and then there was some squabbling, but like he ended up getting a first, a third, Jeff Witka for him. Like, I don't know. It really worked. He had some duds. Like he traded down and picked Marc-Antoine Pouliot when Zach Parise was on the board. That was obviously dud. I'm not saying he batted 1,000. Kevin Lowe definitely for a stretch of time got way too much hate in this city. The Lowe must go stuff, all of that. I think there was some misdirected anger at him. And again, I'm fully saying this is well before our time. Yeah. We were too young to maybe understand the full context of a lot of this stuff, but when you look at Kevin Lowe as a player, model Oiler, when you look at some of the guys from those teams in the 80s, a lot of controversy. Kevin Lowe didn't really have a ton of that behind him. And then he stuck. He's still here. You still see him at the rink.
Yeah, he's around.
Yeah.
He's a legendary Oiler.
He's a legendary Edmontonian.
Yeah, Edmontonian. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, really solid player. He's an interesting player to have on our top 100 list too.
Totally.
Where he's going to be. Do you have another take? I have one more.
I have one more for the Ben Stelter Foundation from Opesti, who said the NHL should up the minimum salary for one-way players in the league so that there's more movement within the league and more equality and money among players. That's a PA thing. The NHL has no interest in paying the players more if they don't have to. So
yeah, they do not.
Kevin Lowe got roasted for the Ryan Smith trade. Yes, that's fair. But I don't know. They should have just paid Ryan Smith, I guess, but it was also a squabble over $100K. And like, if Smith wanted to stay, he also could have just signed the contract and stayed. So like, I don't really put that so much all on Kevin Lowe. I put a little bit of that on Ryan Smith.
A bit of both.
You can't be crying in the airport about how sad you are to be leaving when the team offered you a contract that was pretty close to market value and you didn't want to sign it. You're right, though. To go back to the point, the cap era melted his brain. It wasn't good with the cap. So yeah.
My next one.
Okay.
I think Macklin Celebrini is currently the third best first overall pick since 2010, and will be better than Nathan MacKinnon.
Ooh, better than Nathan MacKinnon's crazy because Nate has a cup, he's got an MVP, he's got a scoring title,
and I realize it's a long way to go. Yeah. And I know people maybe will think about it, but like the first overall picks have actually been pretty bad. A lot of the time, there's not been many like franchise turning players. Obviously, McDavid's number one.
Yeah.
McKinnon would currently be number two. Like, I think a lot of people would think of like Jack Hughes.
He's plateaued.
Yeah.
I bet on him to win MVP last year. I mean, he got hurt, which derailed it, but like, damn.
And like 99-point season for him, but like when he came into the league, he had like 20 points.
Yeah.
Macklin Celebrini came into the league last year on a San Jose Sharks team, which was horrendous.
Yep.
It was basically him. and had like a 65-point season in 70
Mm-hmm.
games, whatever it ended up being. I just think he has so much potential. I think he's a very exciting player. I wish the NHL would push him a lot more. I understand why they don't,
They'll
because he's in
get
San
there.
Jose.
Yeah.
But like, Bedard again has been on 3 season opening broadcasts. I
They're
get
pushing
it.
Bedard
He's
hard.
a really good player, and he's in Chicago. It's a lot different, but I think Celebrini is a special talent that was not given the push he deserved coming into the league, because he played for the Chicago Steel and played in college at Boston and didn't play in the Western Hockey League.
If
like
he would have
was
played for the
supposed to.
London Knights or the Vancouver Giants, there probably would have been more.
Totally. I think he was a Seattle Thunderbirds pick, whatever it was. It was like, he is a special player.
Yeah. We have one in here from Kevy who said, hot take, Atlanta 3.0 will be a smashing success.
No.
And Arizona 2.0 will get Matthews as a free agent in their first season. Here's where I'll disagree with you, Kevy. Atlanta's not a good sports town.
For any team.
For any team.
The only team I truly really support is our MLS team. And that seems to be it, which is crazy.
But like the Falcons don't have like a crazy rabid fan base.
No.
The Atlanta Braves, they struggled to sell out playoff games for the Atlanta Braves. Like,
I don't get it.
Yeah,
They're a great team.
They're a great team, dude.
Aaron loves them.
Yeah. What else? Okay, I had a couple. The Anaheim Ducks Mighty Ducks logo is the worst logo in hockey.
The Mighty Ducks?
And their jerseys stink. Those orange jerseys with the Mighty Ducks logo are the biggest eyesore in the entire NHL. And nobody actually thinks the Mighty Ducks logo is cool. Everyone just says it because they remember the movies and because they're told it's cool. That's an awful logo. With the orange, terrible.
This one?
The teal and purple was awful. The whole thing was just terrible.
I actually quite liked this one.
Oh,
with the green in it. I don't like the modern version as much.
The modern version sucks. I think that version, it looks like it was made in clip art.
It might have been.
It might have been. It looks like an intern at Disney spent an hour and was like, okay.
What about
hockey.
that one, though?
Oh, those ones were bad with the duck punching
Badass.
through. Is that Jason York?
I don't know.
I think he might have been on that team who had to do it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, the orange jerseys are trash. The Ducks logo is just absolutely putrid. It's all bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Daggy says, I love the
disagree.
old purples. Brutal. They're awful, 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 awful. If the NHL had an expansion team in Anaheim that just started this year and they rolled out this logo, they would be ridiculed for it. Ridiculed. It's 90s nostalgia, which I understand to an extent, but people act like it's the best jersey in the NHL. It is bottom 5 without a doubt.
What about this one?
Terrible.
It's more of the ring. People can't see it, obviously.
Yeah,
But this is Mighty Ducks of
This
Anaheim.
was their alternate one, I think sometime around 06. Blah. Someone said better than Seattle's. No, Seattle's is sharp. It's cool. It's got some intricacy to the design.
It's actually the only good thing about the franchise.
Yeah, the Seattle logo is it stands out. It's bold. It's got like a timeless sort of look to it.
Yeah.
They could continue to wear that for the next 50 years and it'd be fine.
Another thing too, I just have never cared about any of that stuff. Like I remember when the Golden Knights came out, and it was like the Golden Knights. Like, look at their logo. It's
And
so
then you
gross.
just get used to it.
And then it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh,
The Golden Knights are fine. The
I
logo's
think
fine.
it's just a logo.
Yep.
The Ducks one I like just because it's very different, and they're like the only franchise I can think of off the top of my head that's like, we're gonna base ourselves off a movie.
Yeah, but that's because Disney bought it and all of
yeah,
that.
totally.
Like,
But it's fun. It's fun.
I despise it. And also, every shot they've ever taken at rebranding has been horrible.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the Buffalo Sabres, right? Like the Buffalo Sabres had a timeless look and then chased their tails for 15 years and then just had to go back to the timeless look. But like, I don't know. I just hate how the Ducks will rebrand. It'll suck. Although I do think the D logo is better than and then they just go like, we're bringing back the Mighty Ducks logo, and everyone like cheers and it's like, what a move. And it's like, no, it sucks. It sucks.
It is funny now that when the cast from the Mighty Ducks movie just gets rolled out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they're older.
Yeah,
They're old.
They're old.
Great movies. I love them.
Bunkin asked if we're going to get new Oilers jerseys this year. We are not.
No. Oh, that was the other thing I had quickly. The NHL should not have an issue with what jerseys teams wear. You should be able to pick what jersey you wear on that day. So, like, for example, if the Kraken, let's just go back to the Kraken, playing the Red Wings. The Red Wings should be able to roll into town in their reds.
Yeah.
Play in red. Play red and blue.
I mean, we have the ability to communicate.
We do.
So, like, if you were the Red Wings and you're coming for your Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary road trip, and it's 3 games and you're back home to Detroit, and the Oilers, Ducks, and Flames were like, hey guys, we want to wear our whites for a home game just to like give a bit of a different look. Hey, Detroit, bring your reds. Click.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Click.
I think it would be awesome.
Baseball teams wear multiple jerseys on their road trips. I know that's a little bit different.
Well, soccer teams do it every game.
I know. Well, soccer's very different because it's much easier to pack. Like for hockey, you're talking different helmet, different gloves.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
Yes.
It's a lot more difference. Baseball, pants, batting helmet, jersey, and you're kind of done. Soccer's just shirt, shorts.
I just hate the idea of like, and this happens a lot in junior leagues, where like halfway through the season, it's like, home team wears white now because we want to promote the road teams.
Yeah, it's
like,
weird.
No, it's not about that. It's just let teams wear the way they want. Like, I remember when I was in England, I go and watch Bolton, and Manchester United would roll into town. Historic red jerseys. Like, it's amazing to like see those players, and that's like, you don't think of Pavel Datsyuk in a white Detroit Red Wings jersey or like Austin Matthews. You think of them in their blue and red. It's like, that's what people should be able to see when they go and see them in their hometown.
Yeah.
It's not always going to work, of course, but
and it
when it does, it should be great.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
None of my takes were warranted. I wouldn't have got a knife to the throat on any of them, I don't think.
My Ducks one has people angry.
Yeah, people are going at that.
I just despise that logo. Are there any good Oilers ones? I don't know. No, I was like, is there something about Nuge? But like, I think if I were to be like, Nuge should have his number retired and break like the Hall of Fame rule, everyone would probably be like, yes, that's the correct take to have.
Yeah. What one do I have? Matthias Yaremchuk would have the same reputation as a guy like Podkolzin if he took less money.
Yeah. We'd love him if he was making league man.
Even $1 million.
Yeah.
He's just stupid.
Yeah.
Well, we can get into it again, and people really loved it when we brought up earlier.
Steven says the Oilers reverse retro from the Canadian division year. It was one of the best. It was so sick with the orange shoulders. I heard the players liked them. I think that's why they wore them more, because the players were like, these are sweet.
Yeah, I remember that being a thing.
Yeah. My Oilers hot take, the Oilers have a lack of vibes, guys. Yes. 1000%.
Yeah.
You look at other teams like the Caps doing their like bands maker dance thing, and like every team always, and Pink Pony Club, I guess, for the Oilers was a thing. And so I don't want to like totally bury the fun that they do have. But like Gregor and I talked about this on his show a couple of times. Like, I hope the youth movement in Edmonton does this. I hope Jake Wallman gives them some swagger. I wish the Oilers had a bit more fun when they played. I wish they had a bit more like of that swagger and like, we're beating you and we're laughing while we do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think they're a little bit too worried about like, we don't get excited for the regular season.
Yeah, too professional.
Yeah, sometimes.
Let loose a little bit. Like, I remember a few years ago when they were coming back against the Rangers and Draisaitl just fired Trouba's stick into the bleachers.
Draisaitl
That was
sometimes,
awesome.
we'll have that.
Draisaitl has it. I think Nurse has it a little bit when he wants to be a bit of a dickhead.
But those both come from the fuck you side of the vibes.
Yeah.
I want more of like the let's get the boys going in the room a little bit side of it.
And I do agree. Howard and Savoy will hopefully help that a little bit.
Yep, they should.
Yeah.
Shuda said, good thing they got rid of their only player with Swag and Kane.
Yeah. People question that move so much, I don't understand it.
They literally had to do it.
They literally had to. You don't have Bouchard if you don't do it. I just don't understand. And as all of them, there isn't one contract off the top of my head that they moved this somewhere. I'm like, damn, I wish that guy had stayed.
But like,
based off purely money in the cap.
You also, again, like, let's go look at the Oilers cap situation. $225,000 in cap space with a full roster. If you would have kept Kane for the final year of his deal, mind you, no Mangiapane, and you also borderline couldn't have signed Trent Frederick. Like, you would have been in a lot of trouble here.
Tons. They're lucky Vancouver took him for the full cap.
Absolutely. Yeah, Gregor said something like that on DFO. Yeah, it was on DFO Rundown, not to be so serious. I agree. I think they could have some more fun in the regular season. I think in the playoffs they have tons of fun because they win a lot.
Yeah, they don't lose often.
Which is another crazy thing. Okay, we got to work towards the end of our show here for our friends over at Litco Law. When employers cross the line, Litco Law is here to stand up for you. You can find them online at litcolaw.com, and you can head online and find out if you have a case in just minutes, or take as much time as you need. If you've been fired without cause, pushed out of your job, treated unfairly at work, call for backup. Let Law can defend your rights and make sure you get what you're owed. What is trending right now around the world of sports? The Bryce Harper thing is hilarious. So
yeah, special.
I feel like baseball is heading towards a really nasty lockout at some point.
Really?
I think at some point the owners are just going to take such a hard stance on wanting a salary cap.
Yeah.
And the players are going to be taking such a hard stance on, no, we're not doing that. And it's going to get ugly. And the proof is in this from Jeff Passan, who wrote a story at ESPN. Phillies star Bryce Harper stood nose to nose with MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred during a meeting last week and told him to, quote, get the fuck out of our clubhouse if he wanted to talk about a salary cap. Yeah.
Fuck,
that's crazy.
Absolutely, though. Like, like the commissioner of the MLB is an absolute moron anyway. I'm like, again, casual MLB fan at best.
Yeah.
But like how he handled the Houston Astros situation
was bad.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
Those guys should never be part of the history of the MLB in a positive way. Either way, I think that's awesome that Bryce Harper did that.
Yep.
Like it's not like they have like a meeting in a boardroom or anything like that, or like whatever. Like this is the player's spot. And you want to talk to him about a salary cap. No, fuck off.
If you had to guess, what do you think the gap is between the highest salary in highest payroll team in baseball and the lowest? What do you think that gap is?
Oh, well, the highest I would assume is the Dodgers.
Yeah, Dodgers.
So they've got to be like, let's just say $250,000.
Okay.
And the Pirates, I believe, are the lowest, or maybe the A's. 75 million?
The gap between first and 32nd is $280 million.
So what is the money?
So the Dodgers spend $340.
Okay.
And in dead last, you have Miami at 68. So it's a little less. It's about $270.
I actually guessed the right amount for the pretty close to. I call it, are the Rockies a bad organization? Like you were talking before, like how some teams just like try and get money out of it. But like, are they bad or are they just bad at the moment?
I think they're just bad at the moment. I think their owners also gotten to a point where he stopped spending. Like they signed Chris Bryant, it didn't work, and that's kind of all they've done. But I do think they're a team who, if they started to win, they would do things the right way. The Pirates are the one joke. They have O'Neal Cruz and Paul Skeens, two of the biggest young stars in baseball, and they just didn't sign a free agent last year.
Awesome.
Miami did not spend a dime in free agency. They did not do a transaction. It's wild.
How did he do that?
I don't know. But yeah, the gap in payroll is insane. So I think the sport would be better if it had a salary cap. Like there's two teams right now who are spending north of $300 million.
Yeah. And the Yankees are one of them, which is surprising.
They also do have a luxury tax, by the way, but that just makes this worse because every dollar they spend over, it basically goes back to the poor teams, which means the poor teams go, let the Dodgers spend. We're going to get money from them at the end of the year. We don't care how good or bad we are. But if you set a hard cap at $300 million, it would have to be coupled with, I would say, a salary floor that's $150 million. Right now, exactly, or just over half the league, just under half the league, spends under $150 million on payroll. You need, if the players are going to agree to it, you need to be able to sit there and look at them and go, we're going to make Miami spend $150 a year. We're going to make Oakland spend $150, and Chicago and Pittsburgh and all these teams are going to spend at least $150 million a year. And all we're doing is making sure the Dodgers and Mets are under $300 million. But then the owners won't do it because they won't make more money.
Right.
Which is why I think it's going to be an absolute disaster.
Do you think Bryce Harper's a Hall of Famer?
Oh, yeah. First ballot.
Because I saw something the other day. It was like, he wasn't a lock. But I feel like he's won a few MVPs.
Oh, yeah.
Not Super Bowl, what's it called? World Series winner. It's got to count for something.
Yeah,
He's
totally.
been like the best player, one of the best players in the league for a while.
2-time MVP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-time All-Star.
Yeah.
He's won 4 Silver Sluggers, was a Rookie of the Year, NLCS MVP. He's absolutely a Hall of Famer.
And
it's crazy,
won
too,
the
that
World Series, right?
I think he won it with the Nats, didn't he?
Or did he win with the Phillies?
Phillies haven't won a World Series.
Oh, I thought they won the other year.
Where did they win?
Or maybe he didn't win.
What year did the Nats win their World Series?
Oh, did he go that same year?
Oh, he is not. He left and then they won.
Damn. Too bad.
That's crazy.
Bryce.
Still, he's a Hall of Famer for sure. Speaking of baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays, best team in the majors. That was not the case on Friday. It is now. The Jays have the #1 record in all of Major League Baseball, which is just like
that is mind-blowing.
And if you want to get excited about things, I know some of you don't like when I talk baseball. Our show, talk about whatever I want. This is what Keegan Matheson, the Jays kind of like top tier reporter, said. He works for MLB.com. He said, I think that the Blue Jays' financial muscle, as Ross Atkins put it, could be a major player. Some teams have money for 2025. Some teams have money for 2026. Some teams have MLB level talent. Some teams have legitimate prospects. Toronto has all of it. They're in a real sweet spot here. Matheson added, he said, this is what I think I know. Toronto has a rare combo of money, now players, and prospects. They rarely add the obvious, most aggregated players. It's bullshit season, and Toronto's front office is airtight. So it's kind of just leading to the idea that there might be a big splash out there that Toronto, no one's being linked to, and Toronto might do it. The deadline's on Thursday.
Who do you think it is?
I don't know. I have no idea. But like, it might just be a starting pitcher somewhere that no one's really talking about. When they got Barrios, it was like, the Twins might be trading Barrios. They might not. He might be available. No one knows. And it was like, Toronto got him. And they weren't even like a particularly great team that year,
Right.
but like Toronto just went and got him. So
Because they made the playoffs with him in his first year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I have one thing that's trending. I went and saw the new Superman movie.
How was that?
It was actually really fun.
Review it on your letterbox?
I did. 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
It was a fun movie. A lot of the cast was relatively unknown. Nicholas Hoult and Nathan Fillion from Edmonton was in the movie. But the rest of them, like, not a ton of star power, and it was a really good movie. James Gunn does it again. Do you know who's pitching today?
For the Blue Jays?
No, for my Cincinnati Reds.
No.
Burns.
Oh, you love his strikeout prop?
Yeah, it was awesome. I landed it up to 8 today. But they play the Dodgers.
Game. Ooh, that's interesting. You laddered him all the way up to 8.
I think, yeah.
Oh, wow. So even if you take him at 7, which he's done in 4 of his last 5 starts, you take Burns at 7. Is there another good place somewhere?
This guy.
Troy Melton?
Troy Melton, that's my other ladder guy.
So you could take, if you take him at 5 and Burns at 7, it's plus 290. That's a good parlay. Shout out to our friends at Bet365. Whatever your bet, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app today. I have been making, Liam, you can see how much is in my account.
Look at mine. I cashed out the other day.
The Blue Jays are making me money hand over fist, even yesterday. So one of my favorite bets to do right now is Vladdy over. So it's over 1.5 hits, runs, or RBIs.
Yeah.
So if Vladdy gets 1 hit and it drives in an RBI, he clears, and it's usually plus money. But what I do is I same game parlay it with Barger or Bichette, whichever one, because they hit right behind Vladdy. So like if Vladdy gets on base and then gets driven home by one of Barger or Bichette. So yesterday it was plus 310, 9th inning, Jays playing in garbage time.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nice.
Don't even need him to win. So if you were to do it today and you were to do 2 for Barger and you were to do 2 for Vladdy, plus 140.
There you go.
You could add in money line on that. It's actually crazy low today, but I'll add in money line. It's up to plus 250.
Oh, and yeah, that boost.
Oh, let's go. That's my bet today. Vladdy, Barger, both over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Money line. They don't have Bassett up yet, but we'll get them. We'll get them eventually.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The Baltimore Orioles aren't good, right?
No, they're not.
They're just not great. Cool. Oh, good luck.
All right. I only got one more show. Today's flew by. It's already 1:02. I got to go do real life. You got anything coming on the site? Monday mailbag's up now. I got takes in there. So go read the Monday mailbag. On this day in 2021, the Oilers signed Zach Hyman. Zach Lang has a look back at that as well. So go read some of the stuff we got up at the site.
Worked out well.
Yep.
Scored over 100 goals for the Oilers already.
Yeah. Also, I want to talk about this article that Zach wrote on Wednesday.
You should have.
I know. We'll save it for Wednesday's show.
Yeah, we never really talked about it.
YouTube chat brought to you by Odd Company Brewing and the Nation Beer Everyday Lager, a crisp, clean lager crafted not just for game day, but for every day. Find one at a liquor store near you or go right to the source. Their Ritchie location patio is top tier. The pizza is so good. Odd Company Brewing, 2 spots in Edmonton. Google them. That's a wrap on today's edition of the show. I'm going to do real life. Shout out to our friends at Sherwood Power Sports and Marine for being here to help us out. That is a wrap. We'll be back Wednesday, everybody. Oil up.